Good morning. It is Saturday, September 22nd, about 7:30 in the morning. Carl and I got up at about 3 this morning and we drove up to the Grand Canyon. We are making our way down Bright Angel. Our plan today is to go down to Phantom Ranch and turn around and come right back. And so we're pretty excited. And I had a hard time sleeping last night because I was so excited. Actually, last week, Carl and his daughter Shailene and son-in-law Ben, they came up here and did rim to river to rim. They did South Kaibab down to Phantom Ranch and up Bright Angel. I didn't get to go because I was sick, and which I was really bummed about. But I think I'm extra excited today to make up for it. So it's gonna be an awesome day, and we'll let you know how it goes. Our strategy this morning is to be persistent in our pace, but also slow. So we don't want to overdo it. We can go down this trail pretty fast, but we also don't want to risk tripping and falling and getting injured. We also want to be careful to hold back and not overexert too early. So we're just going to take it easy, take it as it comes, be persistent, sort of at what we would call a conversational pace, where you can still talk comfortably while you're putting in the effort. So we start breathing heavy, we'll slow down and stop for a little bit, because we're trying to manage our energy stores across the entire day. And in today's case, it will be about 18 miles. And you know, the I think it's 5,000 feet elevation gain coming back, something around that, around there. And so, plus the temperatures, so we have to be careful about managing our energy. Carl and I were just talking that this is the first time we've actually come down Bright Angel. Every time we've been on this trail, it's been, you know, suffering on the way up, trying to get to the top without collapsing. So we're gonna have fun, make the best of it, and wow, just take in the view.
All right, let's go.
Well, we just got down to 3 Mile Rest House, and it's already nearly 70 degrees. I thought I was feeling a little warm. It's gonna be hot today. So we just are coming into Indian Garden. It's been about an hour and a half, about 4.5 miles. 4.6, something like that. And once again, we're taking our time. And today it's all about just getting ourselves ready for 2 weeks from now. So we're lucky we get to come up to train in the Grand Canyon. Pretty awesome. Indian Garden's really nice. It's like a little oasis in the canyon. Lots of green trees and, you know, there's water and everything.
So we're taking our 3-minute break at Phantom Ranch. We're at Indian Garden, about to kick it to Phantom Ranch. Like it says on the sign, 5 miles. This is runnable, so we're going to see what we can do. It's time to open up that stride, kick it up a little bit, see what happens.
Just crossed Silver Bridge. We are into the Phantom Ranch area. We haven't quite gotten there yet, but we're making our way. We just realized that we've gone almost 10 miles. Almost 10 miles?
Yeah.
And
9.6.
9.6 miles. And it took us quite a while to get down here. So, but we both feel pretty good. And I think we stuck to our plan pretty well of not trying to overdo it. We're gonna take a quick break at Phantom Ranch and we're gonna turn around and go back up. Guess who we ran into again? We were passing by the ranger station. Ranger Dan. I don't know if you've seen the film. If you haven't checked it out, Back to the Canyon. Again, you can find it on this channel. Ranger Dan was the one who helped me, Dan and Ed, when I had some problems and had to call it, take a break, an overnight break.
Yeah.
And Ranger Dan was there. We wanted to stop by and see if he was here. Here he is, and I just wanted to thank him again for all of his help. Thanks, Dan. And you know, he's here. If you if you come down here, yeah. So with that in mind, here, Carl, come up here. With that in mind, we got to get kind of close here. So with that in mind, I wanted to ask Dan if he had any tips, pointers for people that want to come and hike to the Grand Canyon, particularly if they're going like doing a rim to rim or rim to river to rim, or even crazy trying to go across and back again. What are some tips and advice that you would give? Because you see a lot of stuff out here, don't you?
Yeah, not eating food. Gels and goos are great, but food, real food.
Okay.
Not just squeezy gels, but real food.
Real food? Any other thoughts? Like how much do you eat? How often?
The Grand Canyon, we say it's a big cheat day, so you get to eat whatever you want, as much of it as you can, because you're burning thousands of calories doing these treks, and you need the food and the energy. It's like a gas in a car. If you don't put the gas in, the car's gonna run out of gas and you're gonna stop. See? There you go.
Carl's giving us an example back here.
Salty, you know, carbs, all the good stuff. So.
Okay. What? How do you know, like, if someone is having problems or they're headed for trouble? What are some of the signs or symptoms, and what should they look for?
If you're thirsty, you probably are low on water. If you're hungry,
makes sense.
Or if you're really not hungry at all and you haven't eaten in a while, you're probably hungry. Unfortunately, the body does this thing that we see where when you start to run out of energy or water, it kind of makes you nauseous and food doesn't sound good. But as soon as you start eating it, you'll start to feel better. We see that often. We come down here, we get people that we tell them, you need to eat. And they look at me and they say, I don't want to eat anything. And I say, I know, but you need to. Yeah. And sure enough.
That sounds familiar.
They start eating and then they start to rapidly feel a lot better. So if you haven't been eating, you need to eat. And you need to make sure you're balancing food with water and water with food.
Okay. It sounds like simple advice, but it's really easy not to do it. Especially when you're hiking. It's not like a 3 meal a day kind of a day. You got to eat like every 20 minutes to an hour, constantly be nibbling on all these things that Ranger Dan was talking about. And you'll have a lot better, more enjoyable time. And you might avoid an overnight stay at this beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's not a 5-star hotel, but it's pretty nice.
Awesome.
All right, well, Dan,
be safe,
nice
guys.
to see you again.
Nice to see you. Have fun.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Thanks. So we're hanging out in the cantina in Phantom Ranch. Just taking a quick break, get some lemonade. I got a bagel. Carl's doing a puzzle. And in just a few minutes, we're going to head back up the Bright Angel Trail.
Doing this puzzle, this Grand Canyon puzzle. Pretty cool, huh? It's supposed to look like that.
That's the one that Carlene brought up in May. You'd love to hear? Yeah. Wait, I got it. Won't be in focus.
I did,
right there, yeah.
And then with Shailene, we wrote this stuff in last week. Before we leave it today, we can write
something. We're going to sign it and date it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then maybe
someday,
we'll come back 2 weeks?
Yeah, someday we'll come get it and bring it home.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Maybe. Somebody wrote something on the back. So we're going to see if we can figure out what it says on the back.
Well, I just took a break at Indian Gardens and got some water, had something to eat, sat down for a little while. And I still haven't seen Carl. He was back there a ways. And usually he said his stomach was bugging him. So maybe that's holding him back a little bit. He's usually a lot faster. So I'm gonna keep pressing on, and then if I feel good, I'll turn around and come back. But he's usually a little, so I am a little bit concerned, but not that concerned because that guy's made of nails, so I would expect him to catch up to me here very, very shortly. So we'll see how it goes. Just pressing forward, starting on the really steep part. The next 4 miles, you really start to get some incline, so that's the hard part. We'll see how that goes. So I just made it to the top of Bright Angel Trail, right where we started this morning. I got here just a little before 3:30, so it's about 8 hours round trip. So the total time, about 8 hours, which includes our break at Phantom Ranch. Now, the odd thing is that Carl is still down there. That's really not typical. Usually, if I get away from him, he usually catches me. This is really unusual for him to still be down there. So I'm actually a little worried. He was complaining about his stomach earlier today, so I wonder if he ran into trouble. Here, let me get the Let's
How
go.
long you been here?
I just got here. I just got here.
I've been
like,
trying to catch you
I
this
know.
whole time.
I thought you were going to. Woo. Come on, Carl. You're almost there.
Dude, I've been crapping for like 3 miles.
Yay, welcome
Have you?
Yeah.
We were worried. Total strangers, but we were worried.
We were talking up here. I was telling the story. I was like, he usually catches me by now.
I tried. I tried almost. We just got here in 4 hours and 5 minutes.
It's awesome. I got here about 3:20.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second,
3:42.
this doesn't happen. You usually catch me.
Well,
Like, I was thinking you would catch me down there.
I overheated on that
Oh,
corkscrew like
Go that far.
Oh no.
You were gone for
like
a
a
long time.
like a car. Like I was
Oh
like,
wow. You
had to lay down.
You finally bonked?
yeah, I bonked. I had to lay in the creek for like 10 minutes.
Okay, so Carl made it up as you just saw. I guess I was right. I was worried thinking something happened because that was not, usually Carl catches me a lot sooner than that. So what happened again, dude?
Well, down there about noon, down there in that corkscrew area, I think I just hadn't drank anything for a while. We just went too fast right at first. And I just overheated like a car overheats, and I was like, whoa, and I was like dizzy, and I hurried and got some water and just fought through until I got to the creek, and then I laid in the creek for like 10 minutes, and that made me recover. I fully recovered by the time I was to Indian Gardens. I was like, let me kick this in gear. I got to Indian Gardens here in 2 hours, so.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's really busy up here. There's a lot of people, lots of noise. So much nicer down in the canyon. But Strava's telling me about 20, 21 miles. I think the distance is
Yeah,
like
I had
18 or 19.
I had over 21 too.
Okay, something like that.
Just we went to Phantom Ranch.
And we hung out there, and so it's about 8 hours round trip. Pretty good. But like I was saying earlier, I'm more confident in some ways and less confident in other ways.
Yeah,
but,
I'm a little worried about some things.
yeah, but I'm really glad we came up here. It was a great day. And we got 2 more weeks. This is our last big training run. We're gonna start our taper and try to heal up and recover until we hit it when we come back.
Yep. 2 weeks.
It just doesn't seem real.
13 days.
All right, we'll see you next time. I gotta get closer to the, don't fall off the edge. Don't fall off the edge. That's tip of the day.
Check out my sweet shoes.
Oh, you got new ones?
Yeah. I used them last week. I can't even remember the name of them. Cascade, I think. Awesome, huh? They were great last week. All right, let's go.
You look like a pilot. Those cool glasses. Or a motorcycle guy. This sandy part right here is like Tatooine on Star Wars, the desert planet.
Yep.
You got your Star Wars outfit on right now with your cool Sandman outfit.